In this video, we will be assembling the tall shelf. So on my drawing, it is right here. So this tall shelf. Important to remember when trying to locate all your parts. Look right here. This is the width of your shelves, your nailers, your kick. So you'll need to indicate, look at that to find your parts. Okay, and again, this is the tall shelf. This is this unit that we are assembling today. Okay. So, first thing I like to do is I like to get my gables laid out. Left on the left, right on the right, just makes sense to me. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to take the screws that in your assembly guide are labeled the B screw. Oh. Also important, the tools that we have for this. So we are using a number 2 Phillips bit, a number 3 Phillips bit, and a number 2 Phillips screwdriver. Okay, so you're going to start at the bottom, the 2 holes that are right at the bottom. Receive the screws. And this one, these middle ones are your adjustables. Your adjustable shelves are on pins, and those will all be installed, put into the cabinet after installation. So just make sure that you're not putting, they are the same size as these holes that we're putting them in. Just make sure you don't put your screws into them. You're looking for the holes right near the bottom, the ones in the middle, and then the 2 at the top. And then the same thing down the other gable. And I need one more screw. Okay. Now you're going to take your shelves. They're indicated on your manual as a top, a fixed shelf, and I believe a base deck. A deck. But they are all the same and interchangeable. So all you need to make sure is that they are the right size as per your drawing. Okay. Okay, so you're gonna put them on. You're gonna slide them over those screws that you just screwed into the gable. Once they're slid on there and they can't go any farther, you're gonna tighten it up. Tighten this one up. If for any reason they don't turn, it's because you haven't slid it in. Okay. Grab your next shelf. Same thing. Slide them on. And then your last one on the top. Slide it on. Making sure it's flush at the top, flush at the front. All right. So now you're going to pick up your right gable. You're going to flip it over. I always like to go well down, keep your bottom down, and then slide up. Okay, now you're going to want to slide those in, get them engaged, get all 3 all put in before you start tightening, or it could cause you problems later. There you go. Now that they're all slid in there, just make sure, tighten. There you go. Now all those are in. Now you're going to put your nailers and your kick in. Now your nailers and your kick are all the same. They're the same size, the same drilling, everything. So don't worry about which ones are which. Just get them in. When putting them in, just pull up a little bit on your gable there, just to widen the gap a little bit, give yourself a little more room. Slides in. All the kick and nailers have pre-drilled holes in both the gable and the nailer that line up. And then you put in your A screws as indicated in your instructions. I like to start both of them. And if you just put your hand on, you'll feel it when it just goes in and starts to grab into the nailer. Tighten them down until it's flush or a little farther than flush. And we're going to do the toe kick. Again, you slide it in there, pulling up on the gable a little bit to give yourself a bit of relief. Using your A screws, get them in there. And again, if you just put your hand on that kick, you'll feel when they go in and you know you're in the right spot. Okay. And then your last nailer is up at the top. Take it up. And again, just lift up on that gable a little, give yourself a little room. Line it up to the top, flush at the back. Your A screw, tighten up. You feel it go in, good. Do your second one. Drive them in. All right. Now we're going to flip over and repeat that same process with your A screws. Stand it up. Okay. Put it up against the wall. Until you have all your cabinets ready for installation.